Hey guys, and welcome to Spooky Okie. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Madison.
And today, Madison is going to cover a spooky story. Madison, what story are you going to cover?
I am covering the Blue Belle Saloon.
Ooh, I'm so excited to hear the story for the first time.
Yes, for the first time. You have not heard it before. We
No.
did record a whole episode that I forgot to hit record on
Definitely not.
a week ago. And I haven't looked at the notes since. I don't remember the story at all.
Hey, it's been a week. I've slept since then. It's going to be a new story. I'm all for it.
It's also a new story for me too. So we're all going to learn together as I read my notes.
I'm excited for this.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be a fun time, y'all.
It's going to be something. It'll be an experience. It always is. All right. Anything we need to say, or should we should just dive in?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, Blue Belle Saloon. You ready?
I'm ready.
Great. So my sources are onlyinyourstate.com, okpri.com, The Oklahoman, wanderwisdom.com, kcra.com, and in2013dollars.com.
I wonder what that is for.
You'll never guess what I used that for. I mean, you will guess on the second bullet point, but
okay.
that's okay. Okay, so diving right in.
All right.
This might be a short episode.
That's okay.
We're not chatting as much. All right. So the Blue Belle Saloon has existed since the very beginning days in the town of Guthrie.
Guthrie.
Good old Guthrie. It's so haunted.
It is. It's got so much stuff. It's got the Masonic Boys Home, which we haven't investigated yet, but we want to. And then it's got the Stoneland Inn, which was our favorite.
So fun. Highly recommend. It has the jail. Isn't there an abandoned jail there?
There might be.
Jail that's haunted. I'm pretty sure.
But there's just lots of spooky stuff around there.
Yeah, if you want like a trip in Oklahoma where you can just go to a bunch of spooky places, go to Guthrie, stay in the Stone Lion Inn, and then like go to all these places because they also do like a haunted Guthrie walk or something like around Halloween.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I mean, I've never been on it, but I'm sure it's great. So
it's got the places for it.
It sure does. There's a lot of haunted places. So Blue Belle Saloon is one of them.
All right.
So on April 22nd, during the land run of 1889, a man named John Samsel arrived in what would become Guthrie, ready to stake land.
All right.
He arrived around 1:30 in the afternoon, only to find that there wasn't a single lot in downtown Guthrie not already staked.
Whoops, overslept that day. Not a good day to oversleep.
I oversleep every day. I still would have been in bed at 1:30 probably. Honestly, he did better than I would have. So he ended up actually buying the current Blue Belle lot, which is on the corner of South 2nd and Harrison Street. He bought it from Major William Nelson for $30.
Ooh, and how much money would that be in today's money, Madison?
I am so glad that you asked, Catherine. Today, this would be $1,108.72.
That's still super cheap.
Can I go buy a lot for $1,000, please?
Dang.
Yeah, it's so cheap.
What is it?
And it's like in downtown. Like it's downtown Guthrie. Obviously, there's no land yet. Or no land. No buildings.
No buildings yet.
It's
not a developed land area, but
yeah, but still, it's so cheap.
Wonder what lots run today.
I don't know. Never looked. I'll probably never know. I'm never gonna have that disposable income to buy one anyway.
No. They have lots on Zillow.
They do have lots on Zillow. While you look that, if
you're
gonna look it up, I'll
look it up. You continue.
Okay, great. So the next day, Samsel set up 2 tents and opened for business. So one tent was a restaurant, and the other was a tobacco and spirits store.
Okay.
He was prepared. He knew what the people wanted.
Yeah.
And he delivered. Good job, sir. Soon the tents were replaced by a 2-story frame building.
Okay.
However, before the saloon had even been built, there was drama about who actually owned the lot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it didn't have a good start. So at one point, a U.S. Marshal had to step in and call for military backup for help with an angry mob because they were, like, arguing about who owned the lot.
Yikes.
But after a 5-year fight in and out of court, the bar's title was officially awarded to Samsel. So he did end up getting it. He just had to fight for it for, like, 5 years.
Okay.
The original frame building burned in 1895, but part of the bar was able to be salvaged, and it's still in use in the current brick building, which was built in 1903.
Okay.
So that current building is there.
That is really cool. Okay, I wasn't finding anything.
No,
sorry.
That's okay. So Current building from 1903.
That is
It's
awesome.
120 years old.
That's insane.
still
That's
being used.
that's an old building for the US.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that is cool.
it's very cool. And I love that they were able to salvage some of the bar, like the
I
original
know.
bar, and like still use it in there.
So we've got to visit because I wanna have a drink at this
That'd be so cool.
really old bar. That would be so neat.
So cool.
That'd be
love it.
really cool.
So when the current brick building was built, they added a second story with 17 rooms. This was used for Miss Lizzie's bordello.
Of course. Of course.
There's
But
always
what's a saloon without a bordello?
Obviously. It's a good investment. So hey, no judgment here. Do what you have to do. So
Do
Miss
we like
Lizzie.
Miss Lizzie or no?
Well, Miss Lizzie was pretty well respected, I guess. She was known as a highly intelligent businesswoman,
All right. Go Miss Lizzie.
a devout Christian,
All right.
and a philanthropist.
Okay.
But she's a little problematic.
Okay.
So she would her way of helping people
Uh-huh.
was she would go to families who were poor and
Okay.
who were like in danger of losing their homes.
Oh, I see where this is going. Uh-huh.
And she would bring a lot of cash with her to help them.
Let me guess, these families also had a young daughter.
No way. It's like you've heard this story before.
Wow.
Crazy.
I think I made that same guess though.
You did
the first
actually,
time.
The first time you recorded it, you were like, let me guess. And you got it. You nailed it. So the help came at a price. One of their daughters.
Okay.
But the bad part, I mean, obviously that's bad, but the worst part is that a lot of the girls were like super young. They were
No.
between like 13 and 15. Like they were still kids. So that's not great.
That's really not good.
Way to go, Miss Lizzie.
Okay.
Yeah. So back to the building because
But Christian devout woman.
she is a devout Christian woman and a philanthropist. Don't forget.
Well respected.
Well-respected businesswoman. I mean, she's a good businesswoman, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So she would buy children, basically,
Yeah.
is what was happening. Not good. Let's get back to the building. So I don't want to
Yes.
talk about that
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
So one of the unique features of the building was a catwalk that ran from the brothel upstairs to the hotel across the street.
That is awesome.
It's awesome, but also like I would be so scared to walk across
There's
that.
no way
You're
that's
walking,
up to
like,
code.
on just some like metal catwalk.
Oh, yeah,
across
that
the
is-
street. And
That is 100% not up to code.
I don't want to walk on that. I don't want to try it out.
No.
So one of my favorite parts, though, is that it's also said that there was an underground tunnel system.
Ooh, we
going
love a
through.
good tunnel.
I love a tunnel. Love tunnels. They're so cool.
Do the tunnels still exist?
I don't know. I
Okay.
couldn't find anything about them,
Okay.
but like
They've got to.
they have to. That's
Surely.
not my laptop. I'm not going to Google things on it. They have to. If they existed at some point, there's got to be somewhere
Yeah.
where you can access them. And I want to go so bad. I want to go exploring in underground tunnels.
Yeah.
I love them so much. I want a house with underground tunnels. Actually, no, I don't. Have you seen the movie Barbarian?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's a scary movie.
Okay, so I won't watch it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't watch scary movies either, but I had to do a scene from it in acting class. And so after I did the scene, I watched the movie because you shouldn't like watch it. You're gonna like take stuff from the performance or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
So like you like read the script and stuff and like do it your way, and then after you're done performing it, you can like go watch it and see. It's so scary. It's like this girl and this guy go to an Airbnb. Like the guy's there first, and this girl gets there, and some guy's already there. They got double booked at an Airbnb, and she gets there like late at night, and he was like, "Listen, like I don't know, you can try to find somewhere else if you want, but like, or like I can find somewhere else, but we're not gonna find anything because there's like a convention in town or whatever, and like kind of what you would expect." And so the whole time you're like, he's gonna kill her. But he's like, we're not in a great part of town, so like you don't want to go out. Like you shouldn't like stay out there and try to find somewhere like you can come in, whatever.
Right.
Turns out he's not the killer, but there are underground tunnels that connect to the house, and there's like a there's a killer kidnapper creature thing
in the tunnels.
It is awful, and it's so bad. It's so not bad. It's a very good movie. It's so scary. It scares me. So that's anytime I hear underground tunnels, that's immediately what I think of. But I still want to go in the underground tunnels so bad.
I want to see the Oklahoma City tunnels. Not like the refurbished ones, but like the original ones. The ones that are like people would live down there. Yeah. Remember when we took our tour with Jeff Provine?
Yes.
And he talked about the tunnels. Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
So cool. Highly recommend that tour.
Yep.
Except don't do it when it's like cold and stuff. Or we were hot.
We were hot. We were dying.
Yeah.
We were sweating.
I was like, it's not. There was some extreme temperature.
Yeah, it was. We were sweating.
Like, dripping sweat. It was awful. So anyway,
excellent tour though.
Great tour.
Yeah,
he knows a lot.
He knows his stuff.
He sure does. Has good books too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. So there are underground tunnels in Guthrie, apparently, or there were. And apparently one of the main entrances was the saloon, or like one of the main like stops in the tunnel.
So we definitely need to go and find the tunnel.
Surely we can get in the tunnel.
Can you imagine if there was that tunnel that went to the Stone Lane Inn?
Dude.
Can you imagine?
That would be so creepy.
Oh my god.
We've been in the basement there though. There's not a tunnel.
Yeah, there's not a tunnel. Well, we didn't
creep
around.
Didn't creep around. We're gonna go back.
Yep.
I don't know why the tunnels would connect to something
else.
No,
they probably wouldn't.
I don't think so, but we can check, I guess. We can ask Becky.
You never know.
You never know. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So the saloon was a very popular place, as most saloons are.
Sure it was, yeah.
Do you want to know some of the people who
I do.
went to the saloon?
Please tell me.
Notable visitors included Teddy Roosevelt.
All right. Know that one.
Humphrey Bogart. He's an old actor.
You
would know him.
Yeah.
You would know him if you saw him. And silent movie star Tom Mix. All right. I had never heard of before this.
Okay, so the whole last time we recorded this, I thought you were saying Tom Nix, N-I-X.
Oh.
I mean, I still don't know him, but I totally heard that as an N last time.
Tom Mix.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
M-I-X.
All right.
So Tom Mix himself. He was actually a bartender at the saloon from 1902 to 1904 before his time as a silent movie star.
Wow. So was he good at mixing drinks?
I mean, you kind of have to be a bartender if your last name is Mix.
I know.
Yeah. Or like a baker, maybe. Mix.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a drug maker.
That's true. There's a lot of options, I guess, for the last name Mix. But apparently he was like a big movie star. And I also, I meant to go back and add it in the notes since I had a whole week between when I actually read them the first time and when we're recording now. But I didn't do anything. But I did read in an article, if I remember correctly, since it's been like a week and a half now, they were tearing down a wall or something, like doing some sort of renovations, and they found like an old briefcase or something like that, like in the wall or like somewhere like that. And they opened it up and there were old checks from like sometime between 1902 and 1904 made out to Tom Mix.
That is
and
so
they were like
cool.
$10, $15, like those
that
are
is so
isn't
cool.
that wild?
That is wild.
So cool. Guthrie itself was a popular place for a lot of outlaws.
Yes, it was.
Would you like to hear what outlaws
I
was a
would.
popular place for?
I would.
I'm glad. So glad, since I have it written down in my notes. It was a popular place for outlaws like Dynamite Dick. No comment.
No comment? I can't make the comment I made last time?
I don't remember what comment you made last time, but I know probably thinking like, I'm gonna have to cut this.
You want me to not make it?
Make whatever comments you want. I'll cut it if I need to.
So we were saying that last time we made the comment that it probably wasn't, that he probably gave himself that nickname, but others probably had another reason for that nickname. And so I just made the comment, it's probably because he goes off too soon like Dynamite.
It's a good comment. It's a good one. Maybe I won't cut it. Maybe
don't cut that one.
Okay.
Leave that one.
Okay. I didn't say it. So Dynamite Dick was in Guthrie, and
we've talked about him before. I don't remember what episode. Was it the
maybe Dalton Doolin gang?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe, I don't know.
And Ingalls.
Yeah, probably.
I think so.
Probably. So Red Buck was another. I've never heard of him.
Mm-mm.
And then the Dalton dueling gangs.
Yep.
So they also likely frequented the saloon because that was like the place to be, and they were
Yeah.
in Guthrie all the time.
And Ingalls is not that far.
No, and that's where their shootout was. If you haven't listened to that episode,
yeah,
so
makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure they were there.
Hop in place.
Dangerous place. It actually, that corner of 2nd Street and Harrison Avenue, where the saloon was known by some lawmen as, quote, the wildest place in the United States.
I love that.
That one corner in Guthrie. It was notorious.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to go back in time and go to that. Oh my gosh.
Time travel so bad. If I had one superpower, it would be to time travel.
You would still get kidnapped though.
I would absolutely die so fast. So fast. And I still want to try it. I want to do it so bad.
I would be that like crazy girl, like hiking up her dress, toting a gun, and like going after you, like saving you.
You would be fine. You would be fine. You could take care of yourself. I would immediately get kidnapped.
You'd be that pretty lady that they're all fighting over, and they've
I don't know about that. I think I would just get kidnapped very quickly.
Because you're the pretty lady they're all fighting over.
Because I can't defend myself.
Yes.
That's yeah. I would die so fast. But I want to go so bad.
It would be so cool.
It would be so cool. That and the 20s. I just want to live in the 20s.
Yes.
Just for a while. I want to get out before the Great Depression starts.
Yes.
I want to just be there when it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm here for a fun time.
Not a long time.
Yeah. One local legend says that local temperance activist Carrie Nation once marched into the saloon and threw her hatchet into the bar.
Dang. So the bar that still exists?
The bar that still exists. There actually are still marks on the bar. So it's pretty likely that is a true story.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So for those who don't know.
Because I had to ask last time. Because I didn't know.
Did I tell you that I heard a giggle from the next room from Jeff? When I was like, I don't know what it is. I copied and pasted it. Shoot, I did thumbs up again.
At least we know it's not a ghost this time.
And I was like, uh-oh. I said something really dumb.
Yeah, last time we recorded, I was like, what's a temperance activist? And she was like,
I don't know. I copied and pasted. I don't know what it means.
I was like, okay, let me look it up.
It means they want prohibition. She like pretty much single-handedly like brought about prohibition, apparently. That's what I was told after our recording. I said, oh no, I forgot to hit record. And he said, well, at least when you re-record, you'll know what temperance is.
That's hilarious.
I was like,
that's true.
Right,
that's true.
Right. That's good. So anyway, for those who don't know, she like pretty much totally brought about prohibition. Speaking of prohibition, along with Oklahoma statehood in 1907 came prohibition, which means that all the bars had to close.
Yikes.
They couldn't serve alcohol anymore. And Guthrie had previously been home to over 30 bars, and they all closed in 1907.
Dang, that's a lot of jobs.
Think about what that did to the economy.
Oh, that's horrible.
Awful. Ugh.
Yikes.
So from then on, like a lot of different businesses occupied the saloon building during Prohibition. And then when Prohibition was finally repealed in 1959, that seems so late.
It does. I didn't realize. I honestly thought that it got repealed a lot sooner. I didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah, I had no idea. It was 59.
Dang.
It was 5 years before my mom was born.
That's 1 year before my dad was born.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wild.
Dang.
It's insane.
3 years before my mom was born. Yeah.
I'm sure our parents are so happy that we're just like telling the world how
their age. Yeah.
It's fine. So the building again became a bar.
Okay.
Right after Prohibition ended.
They were ready.
Like, yes, back to our roots.
And we're back, y'all.
Yep, here we are. So in 1977, the name was changed from Edna's Lounge to Blue Belle.
Nice.
So now we have the Blue Belle Saloon.
Much better name. So much better. Edna's Lounge does not.
Edna's somewhere. They serve lunchbox drink. I don't know.
Huh. Okay.
They're like famous for it.
Whenever I think
Edna.
Edna, I think Edna from The Incredibles. No capes.
I think from Hairspray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So anyway, we think of very different things.
I think of Edna Mo. No capes.
So good. I have to watch that movie again.
It's so good. And it's great. The sequel is so good too.
I've only watched that one like once.
Oh, it's so good because I love the Edna Mo scene with her and Jack Jack.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible.
Yeah.
I rewatch that scene all the time.
Good. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so
Sorry.
it's changed from Edna's Lounge to Blue Belle. So with the saloon being such a wild place back in its day, and being frequented by a lot of like outlaws and things like that, I lost my place. So
it makes sense.
It makes sense that it would have some dark stories.
And do we have any of these stories?
Kind of, not actually very many.
Okay.
There's not a lot of information.
That's crazy that it's one of the most. Oh, sorry.
My next bullet point says, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of stories.
That's crazy that the most notorious corner in the US,
I know.
we don't have a lot of documented stories about the goings on.
Isn't that insane?
How does it get that nickname, but we don't have the stories to go with it?
I don't know.
Okay.
So here's the like 2 stories we do have.
Okay.
And they're each like a sentence.
Okay.
So that's fun. So one local legend says that one of Miss Lizzie's ladies, named Claudia, was beaten to death at the brothel one night and then buried under the floorboards of the saloon.
Oh gosh.
And keep in mind, like, she was probably very young.
Yeah.
So
well, that's
and
not
it's never
good.
solved. I'm not.
Of course not.
Not that they would look anyway.
No. They're not gonna look.
They also think that her murderer probably just escaped through the tunnels.
Yeah.
Because nobody's looking in the tunnels. So
yeah.
Not that they would look anyway.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
So another legend says that a man was murdered near the bar. That's it. That's all we know. that's all we got.
All right.
That is the legend. The man was murdered at the bar.
Okay.
So,
all right. Amen.
Yeah, that's it. So let's get into spooky stuff.
Yes.
A little bit more about that.
Okay.
I want spooky stuff than actual documentation.
I want some spooky stuff.
Good. I'm so glad since we are spooky okie. That's what we're here for.
That is what we're. Yes. Give the people what they came for. The spooky stuff.
I sure will. There's not that much.
Oh gosh. Okay.
There's a decent amount.
Okay.
Not much. So, this is actually the #1 building in the state for paranormal investigations.
That so surprises me.
Oh, I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got to go there and do paranormal investigations.
Means they allow paranormal investigations,
yes.
Which is a great sign because that is very hard to find.
Yes, it is.
So we're gonna have to go there. We can stay at the Stone Lion again, and we can go do our little ghost hunt at Blue Belle. So people have reported seeing the ghost of Miss Lizzie, as well as 2 of her ladies, Claudia and Estelle. We know Claudia was the one that was murdered, and we know who Miss Lizzie is. I have no idea who Estelle is, but she's hanging around.
I mean, got a great name.
Yeah.
How can you not hang around with that name? Estelle.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know, who's this name?
Okay.
Stay here.
So do you know what I think of when I hear Estelle?
What?
I think of Friends. That was Joey's agent.
Yes.
Estelle.
Yep. That's also what I think of.
Okay.
I kind of thought you would say that, but I was like, I don't want to just be like, oh, Joey's agent. And you'd be like, no.
Estelle. I'm drawing a blank on what her last name is. Estelle.
I don't know.
I don't either.
No clue.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't she like die?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From a coronary embolism.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
I mean the character,
also,
not the actor. I have no idea about the actor.
This Estelle also died.
Okay. I would assume
she's a ghost, but I don't know how she died or when she died or who
I mean, I would assume so since it's been like over 100 years.
You never know. But yes, she also died because people see her ghost.
Okay. And do we know?
Nope.
Okay. All right. We know nothing. Don't know what she looks like.
Around. Nope. We know she hangs around with Claudia and Miss Lizzie.
Okay.
That's it. That's all we got.
Okay. Maybe when we go, we can find out some more information.
I don't even know how they know her name.
Yeah, maybe just from the.
Maybe I am just dumb and didn't find the article that said anything about her. Maybe there's an entire story.
Okay, listeners, our few listeners, if you
all two of you,
if you find an article that tells more about Estelle, send it to us,
please. SpookyOkiPodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
what else?
So at night, loud rumblings can be heard from upstairs where the brothel used to be.
Okay. Okay.
You're gonna make a joke. Is it appropriate?
No.
Obviously. I don't know why I asked that.
Never.
Never appropriate. Let's say it though. Might as well.
But just like, is it like, some headboard thumping and some bed springs bouncing?
It might be.
Is that the kind of rumblings we're talking about?
Most likely.
It's a brothel.
So,
okay.
So, I mean, I didn't think we had to say that. I think we're all on the same page about what the noises are coming from the brothel upstairs.
I guess I'm like Joey and I have to make sure everybody knows what we're meaning.
I guess so.
Okay.
Yes. But I assume all it said is loud rumblings.
Okay.
I would assume that we can all guess what those noises are.
Okay. That would be hilarious. Like,
be very funny.
Somebody's rump in the sack was so full of energy that it lasted into the afterlife.
Honestly, goals. Maybe I should have that.
Leave it.
Okay. Why not? Anyway.
Please leave it.
Okay. People claim to hear people moving around upstairs, even though the upstairs area is closed to the public.
Ooh, creepy. I love it.
Me too. Shadows can be seen moving upstairs behind the window curtains. I don't love
that.
I hate that. Anything to do with shadows, figures, I'm out.
Saw one of those at Stone Lion.
Yeah, creepy.
Don't like that.
I wonder if it was the same person.
Maybe, but I doubt it. I assume not.
But it would be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
They're just all over Guthrie. It's like the same two ghosts in the whole town, and it's like the most haunted town. Look at all these ghosts, and it's just like two people out on the town.
They just are out on the town every night.
I would love that.
Us in the afterlife.
Yes. Please. That's all I want. Okay, this one's not fun.
Oh no.
Crying and wailing, along with faint feminine voices and singing, are occasionally heard, especially in the evenings.
Don't like that. That's sad. No, that's not good.
So remember our friend that was murdered near the bar of the old saloon? The one we know nothing about, and that's it. That's the one sentence we have. Remember him?
I remember him.
Great.
Yes.
So many people claim to get a very uneasy feeling when venturing near the restrooms.
Okay.
And others have claimed to see this man's apparition wandering throughout the area. So apparently that's like where the bar area used to be or something. I assume, since they said that.
Okay.
So they see him and
they feel uneasy. I wonder if his presence is negative, or I wonder if that's how he felt
probably
before he
felt.
Died. Okay.
I mean, who knows? Maybe we can ask him.
Yeah, we can ask him and ask him his name.
I know. We still don't know his name.
How do we not know a name? There's been.
It's the number one place for paranormal investigation.
How do we not have his name?
Yeah, come on, guys.
Okay.
Maybe he just doesn't want to tell.
Maybe not. Maybe he's quiet. Maybe he doesn't talk to him.
Maybe. So. Others have claimed to witness the ghost of an unhappy man wearing a brown derby hat and having a long handlebar mustache in the basement. There's a lot going on in that. So where do you want to start?
One, why is he in the basement? He's unhappy. I don't like that.
How do we know he's unhappy?
Yeah, how do we know?
What kind of unhappy? Is he like angry? Is he sad? Is he scared? Like, there's a lot of things that are not happy.
Right.
And I would like it to be a little more specific before I go see him.
Right. A brown derby hat with a long handlebar mustache.
Handlebar mustache. He made sure to say long.
Long. I want to go see this ghost.
Me too.
Okay.
He would really stand out.
Sure would.
So, okay. One last bullet point.
Okay, I'm ready.
This is our last spooky thing. So, cameras have been known to be knocked out of guests' hands while taking pictures. creepy.
Dang, and rude. Excuse
That's
me.
expensive. Objects in the saloon move on their own.
Okay.
It's pretty standard.
It's pretty standard.
The front doors are said to open and close by themselves. And shadows dart in and out of eyesight. Ooh. I don't like anything to do with shadows. It makes me nervous.
Nope, no thanks. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass on that.
I would say I'm gonna pass, but I absolutely want to go still.
Oh no, I absolutely want to go. I'm just gonna pass. I don't want that. I don't want to see that. Okay, I'm glad you do. I want to hear the afterlife romp in the sack.
I'm sure you do. That is the Blue Belle Saloon.
A wild time. I love it. You know, I enjoyed it the second time.
Okay. I panicked.
I was like, I swear I saw you hit record.
Flashback. I was like, oh no, I don't remember hitting it, but it says recording in the corners.
I was like, I swear I saw you hit it. I swear you hit it. Yeah. Okay. That was, it was still fun the second time. I still thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good. I enjoyed it too because I had forgotten all of it. So I had to relearn.
There was a lot that I'd forgotten.
Yeah. Me too. And I did the research.
I remember the Dalton Doolin gang. That's about it, I think.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't remember any of it. Actually, I didn't even remember what story I was doing. I literally said, Catherine, what story did I do last time?
And I was like, the Blue Belle Saloon.
And I was like, cool. I don't know anything about it. I remember it's in Guthrie and it's old. And then I didn't know what temperance meant.
Oh gosh. All right. So for the 3 people listening right now, make sure that you have rated and reviewed us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. By the way, double check that you have done this because
we hadn't.
We had not. So we had not rated our own podcast. So please, as you're listening to this, go back and double check and make sure that you have actually rated the show. That helps us a lot. It helps us on getting other people to see it and getting other listeners. So.
And if you liked it, leave a review too, like on iTunes. I don't think you can do that on Spotify.
Can't do it on Spotify.
On iTunes, leave a review. If you didn't like it, don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
And don't rate us.
Even if you want to just do a review that's like a thumbs up or a smiley face emoji.
Anything. We're happy with anything.
That'd be great. If you have stories that you think would be great for us to cover, make sure to send those to spookyoki@gmail.com. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at spookyoki podcast. Support us on Patreon so that we can do some awesome ghost hunts, and you can see those ghost hunts on Patreon.
You sure can. The link will be in the show description.
Yes. Is that it? Did I hit everything?
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of zoned out. So yes, sure.
Okay.
We hit everything we need to hit for this week.
Make sure to share it with people that you think are gonna like it. If you've got friends that enjoy ghost stories, send them our way so we get some more listeners. So
yes, please.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a great week and stay spooky.
Stay spooky.